Okay, so today I'm going to teach you how to make these Christmas ornaments out of T-shirt yarn. And I'll also show you how to make the little charms that I put on there. So some materials that you'll need is a 5 to 6 millimeter crochet hook. I'm going to use a 5.5 today. You'll need a darning needle to weave in the ends. And I'm using, of course, the Amorino Fios T-shirt yarn in 36 millimeter. So once you picked out the color of yarn you're going to use, go ahead and grab your hook, and we're going to do a magic ring or magic circle to start off. I like to use as little as possible in the beginning so I don't waste any. So I do keep my tail kind of short here, but of course you can extend it longer if you're just beginning learning how to use T-shirt yarn, or if you're more comfortable, but my tail is on the short end. So we're going to take the yarn and we're going to wrap it around our 3 fingers, crossing over on the back like you see me doing here. And then we're going to secure that other end between our pinky and our thumb, which is also securing the beginning of our yarn there. And then with our hook, we're going to go on the top of our fingers underneath that first piece of yarn, and then we're going to grab the second piece of yarn, pulling it under the first piece. And as we're doing that, we're going to twist it kind of towards our body. And then to secure the magic ring, we're going to grab that working end of the yarn and we're going to pull it through. And that's going to lock our magic ring in place. Feel free to rewind and watch that as many times as you need to. It can be a little bit tricky, but once you get the hang of it, the magic ring is so helpful. So to start off, we're going to go ahead and need 3 chains. So we did our first, so this is our second and our third, so that's our chain 3. That's going to count as our first double crochet. We're going to need a total of 12 double crochets. So counting this chain 3, we'll go ahead and do 11 additional double crochets. So to double crochet, we're going to yarn over, go into the center of our magic ring, making sure to capture both of those pieces of yarn. And we're going to yarn over, pull through 2. And we're going to yarn over and pull through 2. And that's our first double crochet, not counting, the chain 3, which does count as a double crochet. And go ahead and yarn over, go through the magic ring, pull up a loop, and make sure that you have a good size loop here. So I do about 1 inch of material. If you have it too tight, it will end up bunching up. So be nice and loose with your tension for this pattern. And we finished off our double crochet there. We want to keep these kind of close together. So you'll see me throughout this tutorial kind of pinching the double crochets together, and that's just to keep everything nice and snug, especially because I have a shorter tail working there. And the yarn does tend to sort of twist up on you, so you'll also see me straightening the yarn as I go. It's not a requirement, but it does make for a nice finished product. So for the rest of the next little bit here, I will just be working on those 12 or 11 additional double crochets to finish off the pattern. So as I'm getting close to the end, you want to make sure that you are counting your double crochets. So I have, at this point, I've got a total of 10, including that chain 3, which does count as a double crochet. So I've got 2 more to go. and then we can move on to the next step. So again, we just want to make sure that we've got our 12 total, but this is what it should be looking like. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 with that double crochet, or excuse me, that chain 3, which does count as your double crochet. So you can also count from the top if you're more comfortable with that, and make sure that you've got a total of 12. So from this point, we're going to cinch up our magic ring. So with that little tail that we've been crocheting over, you want to take that and give it a good pull. And with t-shirt yarn, you can be pretty rough with it. So you want to give it a really strong pull until it comes all the way together. You can see I'm really struggling, but you want to make sure that it comes together as tight as you can. And then once you feel like you've gotten it as tight as possible, you go ahead and take your darning needle. Now you can wait to the end to do this, but I just find it's best to go ahead and weave in my ends now so that that middle section does not come loose on me halfway through. Of course, I put lotion on right before starting this video, so I can't really pull my needle through too easily, but we do get there. So what I try to do is go all the way around the circle at least once when I'm weaving in. Ignore the struggle, we get there. So I go all the way around, and then I will go back a little bit the other direction to sort of lock it into place. So we just take our scissors and cut as close as we can to that ornament on the back side. And we're ready for the next step. So with t-shirt yarn, you would typically close the round by slip stitching into the top of your chain 3. However, with t-shirt yarn, it's done a little bit differently. What we're going to do is we're going to take that loop that we've created there, and instead of slip stitching, we're going to come in from the back to the front towards ourselves underneath the top chain of that chain 3. So grab both of those V's there, front back loop I should say, and then take the loop from our working yarn and get it on your hook, and then pull it through to the back of your piece there. Give it a little straightening, and you should have just a little loop sticking out of the back. And in doing so, we have created this piece of yarn that is crossed over there. And that piece of yarn will have 2 pieces of yarn to it, and we're going to split that for this pattern. So we're going to go right in the center of those 2 pieces of yarn, stick our needle right through, and then hook on that loop we've created. And then we're going to take our working yarn and we're going to yarn over and pull through both of those loops there. And pull up a little bit of yarn, and we're going to go ahead and finish that first stitch. And that's the first stitch of our next and final round. So this next round, we're going to be working in the back loop only of our stitches. So we've got a front loop and we've got our back loop. We're going to work in the back loop only. So there is a little stitch here that we don't want to neglect. So there's a front and a back, front, back, and again, we're working just in those back loops. So we are going to slip stitch into this back loop. So insert your hook, pull through, and then pull through again, and that is our slip stitch, and then we're going to chain 1. And that is what we're going to do all the way around. Again, we go into the back loop only, we slip stitch. You'll see me straightening or pushing down that loop, and then we chain 1. And again, that straightening is optional. I just have a habit of doing it. So we slip stitch and chain 1, and that's going to create this zigzag effect that we see on the border of our ornaments. So again, we are just going in the back loop only, and we are slip stitching and chaining 1 all the way around until we reach that first stitch that we created. Okay, so we are doing our last slip stitch and chain 1, and we have reached that first stitch that we created. So you can kind of flatten out your ornament like you see me doing here. Some of them will be a little more on the round side and some will lay a little more flat, so it depends on your tension. If you find that your ornament is sort of cinched up a little too much, it's possible you just had a bit of a tight tension, so you might want to redo it next time with a looser. So now we're going to create that loop that we're going to hang our ornament with. So instead of fastening off and creating the loop, I just like to go into that first stitch that we created, go right into the center of it. You can see the V here, so we're going to go right into the center of that V and push through. It'll kind of push through that V there on the back, and we'll yarn over and slip stitch and pull up as big of a loop as you'd like to use for hanging. I like to make sure that the loop is not twisted so that it's got a nice clean look when we're hanging it or gifting it. And again, you can make this as long or as short as you want, but it's as simple as that. And then I just cut off a tail that's long enough to weave in. Take our darning needle. We'll go ahead and weave in this tail, being sure not to pull too tight, because of course if we pull, that's going to shorten our loop, which you may want. Maybe your loop's a little long, or maybe it's not long enough. So this would be the point to adjust the size, make sure you don't have any twists, and then go ahead and weave in the rest of that end. So now we're just going to go ahead and cut off that tail, and essentially our ornament is done. You can hang it on the tree or gift it just like this, but I do like to add a little charm to it. So I'll show you how I do that. It's very simple. It's also how I make my stitch markers. So I just take these little claw clip earrings and a little jumper ring, or maybe these are just rings. I think the jumper rings are the kind with more twists, but either way, just take these little rings and simply attach that clip with our little enamel charm. Close it up. And I just find somewhere on the ornament that I think will look best, usually right underneath my loop. I just find one or two pieces of yarn to attach it to, And that's it. Here's our finished product. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. It was my very first one, so I apologize if anything was unclear. I would love to get your feedback in the comments. But I really appreciate you joining me today, and I would love to see pictures of your ornaments.